To my channel. My name is Gift, and today I'll be showing you how to draft a princess that's bustier pattern from a basic bodice. First thing I'll do is to go ahead and draft our basic bodice. Okay, if you know how to draft a basic bodice, you can skip this part, but if you don't know, let's continue. So the first thing I did was to rule a line at the top, about half an inch from the top. This is for us to know our starting line. Okay, now after doing that, I went ahead to mark my vertical measurement, which is my shoulder to bust point, shoulder to chest line, which is 8.5 for this person. Okay, by the way, this dress is not for me, it's for my client. I also went ahead to mark my shoulder to under bust, which is 13, and the shoulder to the waist, which is 16 for this person. I also went down by about 9 inches, which is the shoulder to the hip length. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and draw a straight line across these points. After doing that, I went ahead to label them: the chest line, bust point, under bust, and my waist line, which is also my half length. Now the next thing I went ahead to do is to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7, and I also marked the same 7 on the chest line. Okay, this is because we're trying to get our armhole measurements. Now I went ahead to draw a straight line across these 2 points like so, and after doing that, this is what we have. I also went ahead to mark out my bust measurements. That's bust measurement divided by 4 for my clients. Yeah, I marked it there, and I also went ahead to mark that bust measurement on the chest line as well. Now after doing that, I went ahead to mark out the waist measurement divided by 4. Now this person is not so curvy. Now on the hip line, I went ahead to measure the hip measurement divided by 4. Okay, that is also her full length. So I went ahead to join these points together. Okay, so go ahead and do the same for yours. Now on the neckline, I went ahead to come out by 3 inches. Yeah, I used 3 inches by 3 inches, 3 inches horizontally, 3 inches vertically. After doing that, I went ahead to use a curved rule to join the spot points. Now this is our neckline. Okay, now on the shoulder line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch like you see me do, and I'm going to mark our shoulder slope. Okay, now on the armhole line, I'm going to measure what we have up to the chest line and divide it by 2. This is our basic bodice. So if you already know how to do this, you can skip to the next part of the video. Now from that point, I'm going to be coming out by half of an inch, make a point there, and I'll join these 3 together. Okay, now I'm going to use my curved rule to join them together. Now on the bust point, I'm going to be marking our bust span measurement, which is our nipple to nipple divided by 2. Okay, and this is 3.5 for this client. So mark your nipple to nipple divided by 2 all the way to your full length. Okay, now go ahead and mark a straight line across from your bust point down to the full length. Okay, we're trying to get our princess that. Now on the under bust, you want to come in to the side, going to the center front. You want to go in by 1/2 of an inch, and then on the other side, the side front, I'm going in by 1/4. Okay, if you're busty, you can use 1.5 or 2 inches. Now I'm going to use my curve rule to connect these points together like so. Now on the full length, I'm going to come in by that same 1/2 of an inch, and then on the side front, I'll be coming in by 1/4. Now I'm going to use my straight ruler to draw a straight line all the way down on both sides. After doing that, I went ahead to measure round my armhole. Okay, I'm going to measure all the way around my armhole. This is for us to get our princess cut. Measure it, and whatever you have, we're going to be dividing it by 2. Okay, whatever you have, divide it by 2, and then mark the measurement on your armhole. Now from that point, we are going to come out by 1/2 inch on both sides. This is to get our armhole dart. After doing that, we're going to use a curved rule to connect these lines. Okay, first connect the middle line and then connect the other 2 points. Now on the lower line, go ahead and extend it by 1 inch. Okay, extend that line by 1 inch and keep your tape slanted. We don't want it very straight. Okay, now go ahead and connect it back to that point. So after doing that, on the chest line, you want to go ahead and come out by 1 inch by replacing the darts so that it will not be short. Okay, so go ahead and join it with a curved ruler as well. On the bust point, I'm also going to come out by 1 inch and I'll connect those points. Now we're going to go ahead and replace our darts. So measure the darts there. It's about 1/3 thereabouts, almost 2 inches. So whatever you have there, go ahead and replace it at the under bust and also replace it at the half length. Okay, so all the way down, replace the darts intake that we took. Just go ahead and replace it. Now go ahead to use a curved ruler to join these points. After doing that, you want to go ahead and cut it. Please pay attention to the parts I'm cutting so that you don't make mistake while cutting yours. Now this is what we have for the front pattern. I also went ahead to label the side back, the side front and the center front. Now for the back pattern, I went ahead to draft a basic back. Yeah, it's a basic bodice, so we're not doing anything spectacular for the back pattern. But if you do not know how to draft a basic bodice back pattern, you want to go ahead and watch this part. Otherwise, please skip. Now, after drawing a line, our starting line at the top, go ahead and mark 1.5 inch away from the side. Okay, this is for our zipper allowance. We'll be having a zipper at the back. Now, after doing that, you want to go ahead and draw a straight line across these points like so. Now from the top, you want to go ahead and impute your vertical measurement, which is your shoulder to your chest line, shoulder to your bust point, shoulder to under bust, and your shoulder to your full length, which for this dress is 24 inches. Go ahead and mark a straight line across these points like so, horizontal lines. Now from the top, go ahead and mark out your shoulder measurement divided by 2. Also mark it on your chest line. Now after doing that, go ahead and mark a straight line across those 2 points like so. Now go ahead and impute your body measurement. On the chest line and on the bust line, you want to go ahead and include your bust points divided by 4. I also went ahead to label these points so that it's very easy for us to understand. Now on the waistline, I'm going to mark the waist measurement divided by 4. And on the full length, I'm going to mark the hip measurement divided by 4. After doing that, I'll go ahead and connect these points using my curved rule like so. After doing that, on the shoulder line, I'm going to come in by 3 inches, by 1.5 inches. This is for our back neck. Yeah, so I'll use a curved rule to connect this point like this. Okay, 3 inches horizontally, 1.5 inches vertically. So this is what we have as our neck. Now, just like we did before, I'll come down by 1 inch on our armhole line. This is to give us our shoulder slope. Now on the armhole line, we're going to measure what we have and divide it by 2. Okay, go ahead and make a point there. Now we're going to connect this all the way. Now from the chest line, we are going to be marking our bust span measurement, which is nipple to nipple divided by 2. For my clients is 3.5. So go ahead and mark it all the way to the bottom, which is the full length. Use a straight ruler to connect these points together. Now from the waist point there, you're going to come out by 1/2 inch on both sides. We'll be using a regular dart. So connect this all the way to the chest line, like so. And also go ahead and connect it all the way down. Now after doing this, this is what we have. Now we're going to be replacing our dart. So go ahead and measure your dart intake and replace it at the side, okay? On the waistline. Now go ahead and connect it all the way to the chest line. Now I had to come out at the full length by 1 inch as well. And then I went ahead to connect this. So you can either use this pattern as it is like this, it's already complete. Go ahead and cut it out and place on your fabric pieces and you are good to go. Otherwise, you can use a shoulder dart. Now on the shoulder line, we are going to divide it by 2. Whatever we have, divide it by 2. And then mark a straight line connecting it to our chest line. And that is all for the back pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and label the side back and the center back. After doing this, you want to go ahead and now after doing that, I went ahead to extend the neckline all the way to the zipper allowance. And that's it for the tutorial, guys. I hope this tutorial was very helpful. If it was, don't forget to give us a like, share and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.